All right, so welcome to our first IoT class meeting. Like I said, we're going to be going through IoT fundamentals and IoT connecting things, and I'll throw in IoT security. I don't know who's got the, I'm going to mute the Galaxy Note. There you go. Sorry, whoever's on the Galaxy Note, if you need to be unmuted, send me a chat, but we had some noise coming through. But we're going to go through those, and we're also going to have IoT security that's going to be given to you. So you'll have a chance to go through all of them. This is an interesting set of courses because I think it's a good course that could possibly, or a set of courses that could be placed together to make the fourth course that was CCNA 4. I also think it's a good course for just an overall course that we can use in our networking programs and our electronics programs. It has a bunch of different places. And the reason I'm really interested in it is because I do think we're not teaching our students enough IoT. I think that's a big issue. I'm gonna drop my camera down just a little bit. That's a big issue. I think we need to make sure they're able to do it. And one of the reasons that I really moved towards this, as far as something we needed to do, I went to an NSF meeting last year, and I have a friend, Ken Kwame, who's from North Dakota, and I asked him what he was doing, and he said, well, we're teaching it because so many of the gas and oil companies are using IoT in the oil fields to monitor, the rigs, to monitor the actual wells themselves. And he made a big suggestion of using what's called Arduinos. How many of you are familiar with Arduinos? If you're familiar, you can throw a hand up in the chat. Let me turn the chat back on. Okay, so in participants, let me get our participant thing up. So you can raise your hand. So you're fairly familiar with Arduino. So here, by the way, it is an Arduino. Okay, so it looks a lot like a Raspberry Pi, and it really honestly is a lot like a Raspberry Pi. It's just a different type of IoT computer, pretty much. And we are going to, there's 3 ways we can do hands-on in this class. It's designed, the course is designed around using a Raspberry Pi and a kit called the Canna Kit, or Canterbury Kit. Hey, Susan. I saw your camera come on there for a second. So it's designed around the Canna Kit. And I, for the life of me, I apologize. I've been looking for this thing, and you're just going to have to let me find it for you and get you the link to it. But the Canna Kit's about $100 bucks. If you've already got a Raspberry Pi, and I've got one sitting over here, you could probably just use your normal Raspberry Pi. But the Canna Kit comes with a breadboard and a bunch of other things. I, however, am going to suggest, now I'm sorry if you get motion sick, close your eyes. Man, I hope the mail lady didn't just run over my blueberries. She backed up down there. All right, so I got to get rid of Cthulhu. Hold on just a second. Cthulhu is cool, but we got to make him go away here. So this is the most complete starter kit ever. Okay, and it's a Uno R3 project. This is by a company called Elegoo. They make all kind of stuff. Some of you may know them for their 3D printers. So Elegoo, and I'll go to their webpage here in a minute and show it to you. This kit, I believe, is about $70. But when you look at it, I'm gonna open it up, and pardon my hands. I've been hit by a truck, so if you don't know me, I was hit by a truck 4 years ago. I'm paralyzed with my neck down, so you'll see my hands act kind of weird sometimes. It's an absolute miracle I can walk at all and move. But you can see here all kinds of good stuff, all kind of goodies. So the Elegoo kit is about $70. It comes with an Arduino. So it comes with, this is the free Nove Arduino down there. All right, and over there, past my Oculus Rift, is the one that comes with the Elegoo. Okay. So, by the way, I'm sitting in my gaming PC if you were wondering where I'm sitting. So that's one kit that's a little more expensive, but it's got a lot of stuff in it. And one of my participants in class last semester suggested it, so I really like it. The other one is this free Nove kit, and it is the free Nove Ultimate Starter Kit for Arduino FNK0017 with control board. And I'll pull that up here in a second on the web page too, so you don't have to worry about trying to remember that. I'll pull it up on the web page. But those 2 kits are not Raspberry based; they are Arduino based. And hold on a minute, my camera's got something pulling. Got a problem. Got a problem. By the way, this is my game room. That's where I do all my board gaming and video gaming. And my little nephew and I were playing Minecraft Dungeons. If you got any kids and they like Minecraft, get Minecraft Dungeons because it's an amazing game. We played it forever yesterday. Don't tell anybody. I kind of played hooky from work. We spent 6 hours playing Minecraft Dungeons. I guess I just put that on the internet. The only thing you'll need if you buy those kits, you will need flex sensors. These flex sensors are like $7. I just ordered them off of Adafruit from Amazon. So let me go ahead and share my screen. First off, before we go any further, questions? Any questions? Everybody, I think.
Are you going to share those resources with us, like in a?
Yep. In fact, Rod just put on here a link to it, $54. Let me look and see. Yes, sir. That's it. Let me go.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the same thing, but
I'm pretty sure that's the exact same thing. Let me share my screen here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the exact same thing right there. Let me look at the part number. But that's it. Yeah, that's it. Wait a minute, hold a minute. Most complete starter set. Wait a minute. Random shit. Yeah, that's it. It looks. They may have, the box may look different, but all the parts are the same. The other cool thing is, if you look at, oh, I gotta find it. I know it's in here. ELE. There it is. So it actually comes with a, oh, come on now. It comes with a document that is actually all the packing list, first look, everything. There's all kind of lessons in here. So it actually comes with lessons you can use. Now this is in addition to what's in the IoT curriculum. So it is different, but I think this is a really good thing. It tells you how to set up your environment. So building your Arduino environment, how to download, and we'll do all this and play with it if y'all get the kit. In fact, I'd love to work through all these with you and basically make some videos because they're really good. But it's got all kinds of stuff in it.
there's sorry to interrupt, but just since I put that link up, I will say if you go to the store, the manufacturer store, the Eligu store,
yeah, that's all. I don't know how to say it.
There's one that's $70 that's different than the one I posted. Okay. So I can put that.
Let's see, the complete this one right here, that one's got a sticker molder. That one's sold out.
But there's that second link. There's a kit. That's the Mega 2560 project. That's $70. So I don't know what the difference is between the two I posted, but.
Yeah, that's a different form. That is different. Don't get that one because that is a different Arduino. See how the board's different? That is a let me move this over a little bit. That's the difference. It's a different Arduino board. So I'd rather stick with, where's our other one here? Nope, not that one. No, not that one. Golly. Good gracious me. Go back to the link. Good news is we're actually having the meeting. My internet went out earlier and I was knocked out of a meeting. I was using my phone. So, chat. Yep, this one right here is the one that you want to get. Okay. Uno R3, because the R3 is a different type of Arduino. The good news is if you buy this one, you can actually still run the Freenove labs on it too. So Freenove is the other one I was mentioning. Freenove.com, and they do have an Amazon store, but sometimes it's hard to find this exact kit, the ultimate Arduino starter kit. They do have Raspberry Pi kits though, so you can get a Raspberry Pi 4 for $40. So there's a lot of different ways to go. The Cana kit, let me get here. The Cana kit is a little more expensive. Yeah, the Cana kit is, they've got all kind of little kits here, but the 4 kits, actually, this is a 3B kit, I believe it is. For sure, this is the one they have you buy, and see, it's a little more expensive. It's about $80. But you know, if you've got a Raspberry Pi, that's all you really need. As long as you have a Raspberry Pi, we can make the PL app work. The PL app, or the Raspberry Pi for IoT, is a special version of Raspberry Pi that you put onto the Raspberry Pi. So as long as you have a version 3, Pi 3, you should be able to use the kit, and we'll set that up and play with it. It's going to be a little difficult to do at home because you can connect it to the wireless in your home, or you can connect it to the wired. I used it in my office wired, and it was a whole lot better. But this is the kit the labs are actually written for. And so if you want to be exactly what's on the lab, way it's written, buy one of these. I would personally just go buy, even from like Amazon, a cheaper Raspberry Pi and get it. Because it's, you know, and now we've got the Raspberry Pi 4 kits. So they're going to start going with these, I would be sure. By the way, if you hadn't seen it, that's I got one of those over yonder somewhere. I got to go, I actually hadn't hooked it up. But it's a little screen. You can create a little computer with the Raspberry Pi. It actually sits behind the screen and makes a little laptop type thing. But you can get it cheaper than that too. This screen's only like $79. So, you know, Raspberry Pi is $30, $79. So there's some upcharge for using, you know, from buying from CanaKit. The good news is, typically CanaKit has it in stock. Sometimes when you go looking at the Freenove store, or you go looking on Amazon, sometimes these will go out of stock. So the fact that it's in stock, I would go ahead and buy this thing right now if you could. And again, I know it's $60 and you weren't expecting that for the class. You don't have to get it, but it will help you a lot if you do. I think you'll be happier with the class, and you'll be happier with what you're going to be teaching your students. Okay. Trying to see what else is in here, but then make sure this kit is basically the same kit. One of the things I really like about this kit is it's got, okay, this is really nerdy, but there's a box in a box. So this is the box with all the LEDs and some of the sensors and stuff. And they put it in a little box and stuck it in the bigger box so that it's not all over the place. You can actually shut this box again once you open it. Once you open this Freenove box, and all bets are off. You may or may not ever get the stuff back in it, just because the way it's put in there in the factory. You'll see this is a whole different ballgame. So this one needs a box 2 times the size it is. They just were able to stuff it all in there, and once you take it out, it's extremely difficult to get it back in. The Elegoo is a bigger box and a little nicer. So, and again, the only other thing you'll need is the Adafruit. Let me go to Amazon. What? What in the world? Are y'all still there? Nope. Oh, are you there? Yeah, you're there. What in the world? Yeah, that's the one I did purchase. That tells you. That's the one. Adafruit Flex sensor. Nope. For some reason, I got internet problems, folks. Windstream stinks. I'm glad that's on tape too, because they suck. They're the worst internet provider on earth. Well, maybe not the worst on earth, but they're bad. But you'll need a flex sensor, and we can work on that. Are there any questions? I know I blew through about 15 things there, but if you can get this kit, the first kit here, I can't get to it, but if you can get that kit that Rod has put on here, that'll be a huge help to you. Also, try to round yourself up a Raspberry Pi. Okay. So, and I'll take this right here and I will save it and I will email it to everybody. So let me start a new email and set that to everybody. So.
Do we need a flex sensor for both the Arduino and the Raspberry Pi, like two separate ones, or just one over the other?
They'll work. It'll work on both. It should work on both. It's just a flex sensor. So that should not be a problem. It should work on both.
You include a link for that too.
Do what?
You have a link for that also?
I do, but I can't get to it.
Okay.
Go to Amazon and type in Adafruit flex sensor. And they are kind of expensive, honestly. They're like $7.99 per sensor, which is a little steep, I thought. But I can't get to anything. I can't get to it right this second. For some reason, I can't go to Amazon. Let me check cheese.com. By the way, that's where I always try to go if I can't get. All right, well, that's working. Huh. I use cheese.com whenever I'm checking DNS because nobody ever goes to cheese.com unless maybe you're from Wisconsin. And a friend of mine found that site one time, so we always use it. Let me see if I can go to a different browser and try it. Something's wrong with DNS trying to go to Amazon. Somebody's doing a DOS on Amazon. So it's
Yeah, I can't hit Amazon either.
Huh. Well, good.
I'm not hitting Amazon.
Hey,
was, but
my statement stands. Windstream still stinks, even though it looks like it's a DNS issue. But once we can get to it, let me just do a Google search for Adafruit. I can spell fruit. Flex. Golly, I can't type. Flex sensor. Shopping. They're like $8. So I think Amazon, it was a little more expensive. I think on Amazon it was like $8.99 and free shipping. So I bought two of them just cause I figured for the cost I could get to them, but they're not that crazy expensive. And all a flex sensor does, if you've never used one, is as you bend it, it registers a change in resistance and it will put an output. So maybe you can bend it, make a light get brighter, or bend it, make a light get dimmer. But there's one or two, I think there's one lab that uses, one or two labs that use the flex sensor. So, but that's what you'll need there. So I'll put, I'll just, oh Lord, that's a long one. I'll just say Google flex sensor. How's that? Now, what I would like to do as part of this class is when we have these meetings, once we all get this stuff together and we have it, I would like for us to together go through labs. Basically, we'll get in this environment, we'll all have our stuff sitting here beside us, and we'll build the labs and make them work and kind of show one another. If that's something y'all are interested in doing, I think it would be fun. I think it would be something that would be useful for me and useful for you as far as seeing how you can use it in the classroom. So again, I'm sorry that I didn't put in as a, and it's not an absolute requirement that you buy this. You can do the class and just do the packet tracers and play with, I would like for you to have at least Raspberry Pi, but play with those things and then worry about doing the actual labs in your classroom. But we'll have a lot more fun in this class if we got stuff to play with. I'm actually pretty boring if we don't have things to do. So. Susan, I'm glad is it raining? Is everybody in North Carolina? I think there's what, 4 of us from, but 3 of y'all from Davidson.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Cleveland.
I'm from the Midwest.
Rod, that's right. You're out in Missouri?
Kansas. I'm on just inside the Kansas City metro area.
Okay, that's right. Man, I wish we were still coming to Kansas City for Skills USA.
Good barbecue.
Those were the good old days.
But we also have rain, so.
Yeah, well, it's basically you needed to build an ark around here the past couple of weeks, past couple of days.
That's okay. Caleb did. Yeah,
it's been insane. My basement got some water in it a couple of days ago, and that only happens every maybe 4 or 5 years. It has to rain so hard that it comes up underneath the foundation. But real quick, I want to show you everybody's done the assignment in Canvas. So quite honestly, you don't have to go back to Canvas at all. At maybe one time during this class, go to Canvas, log in for quote attendance. But other than that, it's really just a staging point for me to be able to get an attendance and to get you to do a census assignment. All of our work's going to be done inside of here. So you're in a class right now called Intro to IoT. And if you want, I'll actually go ahead. I'm going to create the Connecting Things class too and put all of you in the Connecting Things class. So you're in both. But the IoT, Intro to IoT, we'll click launch here. This is where we're going to be doing the majority of your work. You're also going to notice that I have put in due dates. They are very flexible because I know well, you know what? We're dealing with a global pandemic here. You know, things are a little bit nuts. For instance, my internet going out today, I about had to go to work to try to have this meeting. So I know things are nuts, folks. I fully know that. I did put a bunch of assignments in here. Like most of you have been in my classes before, but these PTs and labs, I built this. So these are all uploads for these particular packet tracers. You'll know the first thing's not even due to June 7th. So I pushed the date out there a while so you could get the kits in, we could get settled in the class and everything's okay. I don't allow freaking out in my classes. All right. I don't allow crying either. Okay. We don't know crying in networking. But you'll see there's a lot in here. We probably won't do all these, but as much as we can do, I think we'll have more fun with this class if we do. There's also a lot of overlap. Like I said, when you look into Connecting Things class, a lot of these same labs are in there. So you're not going to have to do them twice. We'll just do them once. But it's a cool class because it combines hands-on and it combines theory, which is what we like, all of us like, because we're all a bunch of geeks for the most part. So let me go down here a second because I have moved. Close this up here. Close that. Okay.
While you're doing that, Kelly, do we need 721 or 722 on packet tracer?
You will need 722 to use for this class, and that stinks. But if you've been using 7.3 or 7.3, is it just a 7.3 base?
Yeah,
if you're using 7.3 for your CCNA classes, I recommend honestly that you maybe load a virtual machine and put 722 on it to do these packet tracers, because this class doesn't support 7.3 right now. It needs to go through a revision. So do use 722. And I'll thank you very much for reminding me of that. You must use packet tracer 722. 7.2.2 for the IoT classes. And that's a pain in the butt, but they'll rewrite these and put out a new version eventually, but that is something you need to do. Okay. So you notice here we got a couple packet tracers. There's one packet tracer here for the first, and nothing is due. Some of these labs are they are PDFs, but you can just remember with a PDF, just download it to your system, open it in Word, convert it to Word doc. You can fill it out and then upload it into the class. Then I can grade it. Okay, we'll stop at this moment. Any questions? Any questions about, items to purchase? I'm gonna put this in here. Items to purchase are listed below. Okay. All right. So again, I don't think, as long as we don't buy them out, Amazon should be able to get those to us fairly quickly. And again, I'm sorry, it's $50-something. And if you don't have it and you don't want to buy it, that's fine. Honestly, if it's a big problem, let me know, and I might could buy a kit and ship it to you and have you send it back when the class is over. But I think if you get it, you'll enjoy it. If you got kids, let them play with it. I mean, I know it's just blinking lights, but darn if it ain't fun to make the lights blink.
You mean a legitimate reason to buy something that actually
Hey, come here.
for education?
Yeah.
I mean, how can we pass this up?
Hey, and you can write off on your taxes. There you go. Write off on your taxes. What'd you say, Susan? Yeah, Susan, if you get the estridges over there, those boys will love it. They probably won't leave your house.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. Speak of the devil.
Kelly Cowell in the house.
Yep, sure enough.
See,
Goodness
you said his name too many times.
I know. It's like he shows up when you say his name 3 times.
Well, there was supposed to be some food or some beer down here.
Those are important items. Very important. Okay. Well, folks, are there any other questions? I don't know if you've started reading or not, but I just wanted you to read chapters 1 and 2 and start working on those labs. Let's get these kits in, and then we can take stock next week of where we got with the kits, and we can start working on some stuff and go from there. What time is it? Oh, we're still good. Any questions? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to, let me unmute the Galaxy Note because any questions?
Hopefully Amazon comes back up soon.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Rod.
Just from an instruction perspective, are there a lot of colleges teaching this? Because this is one that, like, I've seen it, but like this, nothing. I have heard nothing but coming down the pipe where I teach. Like, they've not mentioned this at all.
No, there are very few schools teaching this, and I think honestly that's one of the reasons I started running it. I run my first course last semester in this. This is the second time I'm going through this, and no, they're not. And I think we're failing our students because IoT is becoming such a big part of networking. You know, you think about it. If your student gets a job in a plant that uses Arduinos to control PLCs, and they don't understand, I mean, and we're not going to teach them to be electronics experts. I'm not an electronics expert, trust me. But they need to understand enough about how it's working and what it's doing. So no, there's not enough schools doing this. So I think honestly, if you integrate it into your program, you're going to be ahead of other schools that are not doing it. And I would make sure that you market that you're offering these courses, and these courses are for skills that are needed right now. And that's when Ken told me about how important it was for the oil and gas industry. You know, I started thinking, well, then, you know, at Cisco, there's an entire Cisco Live 2 years ago, there's an entire section on hardened Cisco devices for industrial uses. Like, people don't know, there's an ASA that's designed to sit on a pole, on a power pole, and it sits out there, and they can connect to it remotely with VPN and cut off the power in certain areas. So if they know there's a fire going through an area, they can VPN over to the ASA, cut off the power, or if there's a windstorm, they can cut the power. So it's there's a whole different area of networking that we're not looking at, and I think IoT is a big one that we need to get into. So, anybody else? I'm gonna stop recording because I think